Negative just changed. 8:03, about 12 degrees at the airport. Good morning, everyone. Sentencing is scheduled for tomorrow for a 36-year-old Medicine Hat man who killed a young nursing student. Jason Stepanski pleading guilty to manslaughter this week in the June 2012 death of 23-year-old Amy Lewis. He was originally accused of second-degree murder. The young woman's body has never been found. Details about how she died or where her body is have not been revealed. 8 victim impact statements read yesterday in court in Medicine Hat, including deep sorrow for the loss of Amy and sadness that she will never meet her many nieces and nephews. Stepanski telling court he will remember the crime he committed for the rest of his life. The Crown is looking for an 8-year sentence. The defense wants no more than 6 years. A 33-year-old man from Three Hills appears in court on Friday this week, accused of sexually assaulting several students at a Bible college. Rennie Gall is the accused. He faces 6 counts, including sexual assault, break-and-enter, and theft. Administrators at the Prairie Bible Institute in Three Hills say a man broke into the student residence here through a window early Sunday morning. The man then allegedly touched the legs of some students and asked for sexual favors. No one is physically hurt. Rennie Gall is in custody awaiting his court appearance this week. A 26-year-old man waking up in jail this morning after making a court appearance in Cochrane on weapons charges. Ben Laszlo is facing 2 counts. The allegations coming after a scary situation in Cochrane on Sunday that kept residents inside their homes for about 5 hours. It was around 5 p.m. Sunday that an armed man was wandering around the area of Mitford Park in West Cochrane. It turns out the weapon involved in this case is a crossbow. The man allegedly ignored the demands of police to put the weapon down. He took off, eventually surrendering to officers after being holed up in a house. It's now 8:04. A Calgary City Councillor hopes the federal government will talk with cities and towns when it takes action to make sure our country's railroads are safe. Giancarlo Carra's Ward 9 is home to a rail yard used in Calgary by both Canadian National and Canadian Pacific Railways. Carra is urging the federal government to talk with the City of Calgary about how Ottawa will be implementing the recommendations of a Transportation Safety Board report into last summer's deadly train derailment in Lac-Mégantic, Quebec. Among other things, the TSB is calling for additional safety measures to prevent runaway trains, as well as more thorough audits of safety management systems. With at least 2 derailments in Calgary last year, residents have every reason to be concerned.
Now it's on the federal government to actually look at this report and take some actions. And so I hope they sit down with the railroads and they work out something that makes sense. And I hope that they include municipalities in this as well, because we are, of course, the major population bases through which all of these goods, these dangerous goods, are moving.
Federal Transportation Minister Lisa Raitt says her department will be looking at the recommendations, but she has not committed to implementing them. In business news this morning, North American markets in the red about 36 minutes into the trading day so far. Besides lower than expected earnings from Sears and Target, traders are looking ahead now to the release of the latest minutes from a recent U.S. Federal Reserve meeting.
BT's Market Report is brought to you by RRP, specializing in engineering, procurement, and construction management. Rapid Response Project, where every project matters.
Well, take a look at what's happening in the state of California right now. Imagine walking down the beach and seeing this small bluish-colored jellies. They're causing a bit of a sensation right now. This video, by the way, from Oxnard, California, which is north of Malibu along the Pacific coast. The creatures have a clear, distinct fin. You see it there, sticking up from a blue oval body. They're about the size of your palm. The scientific name for the creatures is Valella valella. Their nickname is by-the-wind sailors. By-the-wind sailors sting to catch food, but they're not a threat to humans. They are usually found far offshore in the middle of the ocean, but wind and warm water currents can cause them to wash on the beaches, just like what's happening in California. Interesting creatures. There you go. 8:07, 12 degrees at the airport.